Hi, hello and welcome. My name is Domagoj and welcome to Transcom Chats, the place where we talk about everything and anything Transcom. Today we'll be talking a little bit about what it is to run a site, everything that goes on with it, and maybe the future of running sites in general. To do that, we have our very own site manager for Budapest, Marcel. Hi Marcel, how are you doing today?
Hi, thanks. I'm doing great.
That's really good to hear. So, before we start, maybe introduce yourself to the people at home who don't know who you are.
Well, I'm Marcel Nagy. I'm currently the site manager for Transcom Hungary. I'm since a little bit more than 15 years with the company. I started actually off as an agent and then worked myself up through various positions and finally being currently site manager or business operations leader with the new structure.
Okay, so you basically went through the whole journey that one can have at Transcom. That's very good to hear. So how would you say that your experience as an agent, has that helped you as a site manager?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I can simply relate, like how our employees are feeling, what their needs are. So that helps me to define actually core strategies together with HR and the other supporting departments to keep our employees satisfied, motivated, and pretty much heading towards the new targets.
Okay, that's also very good to hear. I mean, I also worked previously as an agent, and I have to say this side is very nice to be at, even not working here. Like, you can see that the employees that we talk to are very happy about working here, and like even just seeing little Cadillac, the side dog, super cute, and it's very nice to have. Like, you can see people interacting, having a nice time. So that's really nice to see. And so between working as an agent and as a site manager, I'm guessing like a team lead or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much my journey started off becoming training and quality assistant after being an agent. Then moving over to more operations later as a team leader, senior team leader. Then I've been for 3.5 years training and quality manager. Mm-hmm. Then I moved back to operations as a business manager. Then pretty much shifting over slowly but surely towards being a site manager and now business operations.
Okay, cool. And what would you say are like the main, let's say, challenges of being a site manager?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one. Well, it's a relatively complex system to keep a call center running, right? So, you have to ensure on one hand, like the client needs, on the other hand, the employee needs. Then you have in between pretty much our company targets and challenges. You have to deal with a lot of legal related challenges. Then obviously you have like your finance KPIs, operational KPIs, and that kind of like juggling around that at the end of the day, you find the right set of everything to actually, make everyone happy and achieve actually the goals you set yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, especially since we work with a lot of different clients, some of them really setting high targets, especially that, and sensitive data and everything. So I'm guessing that the legal part must be a bit of a nightmare as well.
It can be.
Fair enough. Okay, and what would you say, like, for you, as far as working with people goes, has your like attitude towards that changed through your career, or?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you are like an agent or new to the company, then first, you have to get the feeling, what's the vibe, like what's the company culture and atmosphere, what you have, right? Over the years, I've used that one based on my experience, like how I was acting at the very beginning versus what kind of impact I can now generate with this, keeping this in mind. And as you pointed out, so family is pretty much our main target here on site, and everything focuses around it. So, this is how, we treat everyone as a family member, and simply, that shifts the conversation to a more convenient and more comfortable part of getting everyone aligned on the targets which we have. So be it the professional, personal, private, targets.
Yeah, I mean, you can really, honestly, from my perspective, you can see that here, because even people who don't necessarily interact between one another, let's say between projects, they very soon, just a bit of context here, we did a little bit of a photo shoot yesterday. So we had people from different projects who don't necessarily interact in their day-to-day. But as soon as you put them in a room together, you could see that they're like really have a strong sense of like camaraderie and family, as I said. So it's something that's very obvious here in general. So I commend you on that as a former agent myself. Okay, and what would you say are the highlights of your position now? Like, what's your sort of, I don't know, maybe what's your favorite thing to work on or something like that?
Well, I mean, it's always, like, I mean, I like to divide my task into projects. Mm-hmm. And obviously, the target is when, you get this satisfaction once you finish a project, right? So you can then again lean back, simply observe what kind of impact it generated.
Yeah.
And be it, let's say, like reviewing the benefits package or adjusting in that case, like some operational tweaks, which might then impact like the efficiency or some core KPIs to the clients. And then once you get an acknowledgement back from operations or even from the client, that gives you then satisfaction that, we are heading the right direction.
Very good. And I mean, we've talked a little bit about already what sets Budapest apart, but in your opinion, what would you say is the thing that makes this site this site?
Well, I mean, historically speaking, we are for Transcom the very first multilingual hub. Since then, we opened other locations with a similar approach, with a similar set of languages. We have the capability of supporting up to 30 different languages. So keep in mind that usually we operate around 33 languages globally as Transcom, right? So that alone speaks for itself. That obviously brings a lot of culture and diversity with itself. Being then obviously in the capital city of Hungary, in Budapest, with a lot of universities, which again, contributes actually to this way of family and diversity which we are building here. That, I think, sets us really apart.
Yeah, I mean, that also I've noticed. You have a really diverse team in all projects, but they all seem, as we said, like a part of a single unit. But it's nice to see a mix of both, let's say, native speakers of those languages, because we have people from, I don't know, Tunisia, we have people from Italy who are native speakers, but we also have people who have learned and mastered those languages throughout their life. And it's nice to see them really intermingle and really operate as a team. So I commend you on that as well. This is a really, really nicely running ship all in all. And I mean, Transcom is a people-focused company. We always love to say that. We're here to empower people and empower our people with the newest tech as well. So that means that we are also like a more tech-forward, tech-focused company. And with the rise of AI and everything going on, do you think that, let's say, the life and work in a call center will change much with that, or?
It will.
Okay.
It definitely will. So, now we are at the beginning of the new journey with this hype. So obviously, there will be a set of different strategies of where and how you can actually apply AIs, right? So, years ago, like corporations started off with a simple chatbot. Obviously, that becomes now, if you reflect it, say like on Alexa or Google Home applications. So obviously, the easier task will be more shifting towards a self-service approach. But at the same time, we also have to bear in mind that those tools will also help us actually improving on our efficiency. So how can we support our talents to even be more professional or keep certain aspects during a conversation with end users in mind? So we talked at the beginning about legal challenges, right? So this might be simply you have always a buddy next to you while you are performing your task who keeps reminding you, to go the extra mile to the client, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good answer in my opinion. We had recently a Transcom like AI chat from Aaron Bowden, where he talked a little bit about ethical AI and like thinking firstly, like, do we have to do this before doing it? So I think this is also a very good approach. Like you saying, it's not about like moving people away from the job, but helping people do their job much better. So I think that's also a very nice approach about that. Good. So it's to just show the people who are actually there, actually doing the work. So I think once you said like, oh, interviewing me, I was like, yes, because we have a willing volunteer who's like up there, who knows, and especially with 15 years behind you, it's very good. So yeah, but I do honestly like feel like this site is special. I've told my colleagues a lot because I used to work as an agent in both in Transcom and out of it, and you can really sense that this is like a different place. So really good job on that.
Thank you. I mean, it's been a lot of effort, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's teamwork.
No.
Because if you have everyone on board with the vibe, and I think the key element was, when years ago Transcom introduced this sense that we are people focused, and we simply went with it and turned it a little bit into family.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel as well. Like with when I first started working here, I used to, as I said, I worked as an agent before in like different projects. And I remember working when I was still in college, working as like a frontline billing agent for a telco in Croatia, and us being like, oh God, those people at Transcom have it so good. And then when I started working as an agent in Transcom as well, it felt like much more a totally different shift. Especially my team lead was great. Shout out to Matea. She really helped me a lot, and basically because of her, I landed here now, because I am originally a teacher, as many people are. So yeah, you can definitely sense a different shift in Transcom personally, and then this team is amazing as well. So it does resonate everything you said. So it's very nice to hear that as well.
Well, I studied chemistry.
There we go. Yeah, I'm an English lit, so. Yeah, not much work for us, unfortunately. But yeah, and as well, like just everybody in general in Budapest has been very, very nice to us. Not just like professionally, but in general. So really nice place, and I can't wait to visit again. I contacted my girlfriend saying like we're coming here as soon as possible again, because I've been like once or twice, but just like for a couple of hours. So really nice.
Well, I mean, we are currently in discussions with HR because I mean, for sure you heard about the Sziget Festival,
yes,
which is among it's I believe the third biggest in Europe. It started off as a promotional gig for Pepsi.
Yeah.
And since then it turned really into a huge attraction. So we are currently now discussing with HR an opportunity where we can attend and do actually, like some open talks there, like on stage. So there's like a supporting company and etc. So I'm trying to find the budget for it.
Okay.
And also, because I'm thinking big, so I want to involve sales, I want to involve talent acquisition, and etc. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's marketing. We show presence.
Yeah.
We talk about, because it's a mix of generations who will be attending, right? We can talk about the hype of having the new technologies. Yeah. And we can simply reach out for, like sharing our talent acquisition channels, right? So, I mean, we have to have the right mindset. So we are not going there to recruit. We are going there to show people that they can also work for us, right? So
yeah, I mean that's something that we would love to help you with as well, if in any way we can. So I'll mention this to Anna, and then we'll push it on as well, because it is a great idea, and it is something that we're trying to push the tone and the messaging and the visuals of Transcom as well to be more of that type of company. Oh, look at us on Sziget Festival, like the modern, cool, outreaching, outgoing company. Yeah. So that is something that also this is part of that, like showing the people behind it, not just being like a corporate facade, slogans, website, whatever, but like showing the people behind it. So if you think we can help in any way, we would love to.
Absolutely. So, I'm trying to channel everything together, like getting also then the quotes right, and then reaching out that everyone should a little bit chip in.
Yeah.
On top of it, we are celebrating 20 years Transcom Hungary this year.
So, congratulations.
Well.
Yeah, that is something. So I'm guessing it's one of the longest running sites, definitely then.
I mean, we are close to it because I mean, Poland was celebrating 20 years last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually started off in Sweden, so we should be, I think, getting slowly closer to the 25 there, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of Sweden, I think definitely one of the longest running. Yeah, that's impressive. Cool.
No, you know, I mean, this, because we tried it a couple of years ago, you know, like when it was still not this centralized approach. So it's really great that we started investing in this. We were trying to fix up our local Facebook account. You know, the main challenge which we've seen was the continuous content delivery or content creation, because, you know, like there is so much we could be talking about, but we are not allowed to. Yeah. Because, you know, it's hard to involve client brands or even client stories. Yeah. On the other hand, is there a market to, you know, like create a story, you know, like, I don't know, I had today a boring day, I had today a boring or a challenging customer. Like, you know, is there an interest for it or not, right? So, but at the end of the day, we could be like reflecting also in certain approach, you know, like some numbers, right? So, you know, like we contributed with the support of our client, let's say like to sustainable goals, because we did, let's say, like call avoidance for XYZ partners, which prevented them to dispatching 1,000 technicians during a month, which saved, I don't know, like 20 billion tons of CO2 or something. Yeah,
right? that is a very good pitch. So Helen Ruda is really interested in that type of approach, like a more an eco-centric, like literally what is our impact and what do we do to reduce it, especially with AI now using up ton of carbon emissions for energy and everything. But we did an article with Transcom in Italy, because they have a initiative there in Puglia. In Puglia, about that. So that was interesting to do. And also the Transcom Bees initiative from Serbia and Germany, where Transcom sponsors like bee farms.
We have our very own
we saw
hotel.
That we had a lot of photos there as well yesterday. So we have noticed, and it is really cool. And also I love the little spice garden and everything. It's very nice.
I mean, what I'm working on it, because I found a local supplier where you can actually, and the idea behind it is, what I'm trying to build up is that once you join Transcom and you pass successfully your probation period, or an additional milestone, so that still has to be defined, we want to give you, let's say, like a certification of success, along with that we are going to plant a tree for you, right?
That's nice.
I just have to figure out how to catch up, you know, like to kick off, because we have like almost 300 employees right now. So obviously I'd like to award everyone with 300 trees and then introduce this new ongoing, once you join Transcom, you hit that milestone, you get something for life. So even if later on, let's say like our carriers are departing itself, you still have it in your mind that, you know, there is something good which we did and that generates O2. It actually, you know, like supports and sustains the forest in Hungary, right? So
that's very good. And especially I love the part where you said like to figure out how to catch up, because like a lot of times you see, like, I don't know, for example, even team leads on a smaller scale being like, okay, from now on, we'll do this, and this. From now on, and then everybody else feels kind of like left out. So I really do love that. Like you said, we need to catch up and give everybody their due. So that's very nice as well.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's a perfect time, right? So celebrating 20 years. So why not give everyone a tree as a gift?
That's nice. Yeah, cool. I mean, as I said before, and in the interview proper, you can see that like this is a very, really special place. Like even just like starting with the building itself, and like how the office is branded. It's fully branded. You can see that there was care taken into making sure that it's not just a building or a space, that it is a Transcom space with everything. It feels very nice to be in. For example, unlike Osijek, where I'm from, I'm sorry to whoever watches this if we don't cut it, but Osijek does not feel like a nice space. So yeah, this was very like when Nat, our brand manager, when she said like, oh yeah, Budapest is really nice, like to be in from a brand perspective. We were like, okay, cool. And then we were here and we were like, oh yeah, it really is a nice place to be from a brand perspective. So yeah. From even from that like base level of having like a well decorated space with the terrace as well, where you can go outside in the sun and everything, and it's easily accessible to employees, the herb garden, everything. It's very nice. And then add to that the culture that you have here. It's a really, really cool space and a cool site. So I hope we get to visit as many times as possible, honestly.
The more than welcome to stay here.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any maybe like parting words to the people at home, or people higher up and whatever?
Well, I mean, if you like what we've talked about, please, reach out, and you're more than welcome to join the family.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so that was basically it from us on our first Transcom Chats kind of live. If you want to know more, we have many written AI chats. We also have a lot of videos on our YouTube page. Apart from that, if you want to work at a place like Budapest, feel free to reach out that as well. We have many contact forms for future agents. And with that, I'm going to get another Langos and Kurtos Kolács because they're amazing. And thank you very much for watching. Take care.
Thank you.